It's time. RIZZLEY is here, baby. And while I do want RIZZLEY a lot, I have been waiting for Elegy for a lot longer. This thing comes around only once a year now, where like I know RIZZLEY will get a rerun sometime early next year, so I am 100% going to go for Elegy for the end first. I want to check my history on these things first because I have no idea what I'm at. No record. It just deleted my records. I mean, the last time that I did hold on a weapon banner was the Nilo Nahida thing. So yeah, okay, I guess I just don't have records anymore. I should have some here, yeah. Okay, still last character, Kazuha. Last 5-star, I'm at 3 plus 10. I'm at 13 pity. 13 pity. I think I could definitely get there. I know that I am basically guaranteed a 5-star character and an Elegy. So what's going to happen if I did my math correctly? I hope I did my math correctly. I have it coursed for Elegy. I'm also hoping to get cash flow. If I don't get cash flow, that's fine. You know, whatever. We'll make do with what we got. That's just gonna be how it's gonna be, you know? Like, we can't do much about it. And we're just gonna skip through, like, everything. I hate that I am getting, like, the range gauge and the prospector's drill because, like, those weapons are honest to God terrible. Most of the weapons on this banner are honest to God terrible, and I'm not very happy about that. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get, like, the most broken weapon in the game. That's just, you know, that's just how it be. And we're here. I'm praying it's a cash flow, honestly. Okay, it's an early Elegy. We'll take it. I will take that 100%. That is really lucky on my part. Oh my god. That is wild. Cool. I'm guaranteed my RIZZLEY now, I guess. Wow, this is going very well. How many wishes do I need? I need, like, what is that, 77? 77 till we get there. It shouldn't take too long. Okay, it's happening. We got him early. Bro, this is lucky. My luck has turned around. God damn. And I still have 180 wishes left. That is another guaranteed. Should I go for his C1? I mean, like, I might wanna. It's not a terrible idea. Is it a bad idea? Yes. Is it a terrible idea? No. I'm gonna be smart about this. I'm gonna be very smart about this. I'm gonna use my thinker. I wanna see if I like him first before I do anything else. Also, we're going Coat Gang. Coat Gang, beautiful. Let's get together his artifact set and everything. I have had Chongyun warming it up. Am I lagging? Oh, I'm lagging. Well, that's, okay, well, here we go. That was interesting. That was an interesting conundrum. Oh, it put on everything. Okay, sick. And time to max level him. I'm missing cryo things. This is crit right now. Oh, that is a lot. Oh my god. He actually has a butt. That's crazy. Does any other male in the game have a butt? I don't think so. Hold on. Linny's got a bit of a tush. Baiju, flat as a board. Oh, Kave. Kave has a bit. Alhaitham, can't really tell. No, Tartaglia doesn't got a butt. Zhongli doesn't. Albedo doesn't. Venti don't. Diluc don't. Even Kaya don't. Like, look at that thing. That is flat. So it's just RIZZLEY and Kave that have butts. No one else has a tush. They're all flat. And screw it. I have the books for this, so why not? Level 90 of 90. Uh-oh, I have run out of gears. That is not so cute. Well, his talents are just gonna have to be the way they are. He only has 1658 attack? Why? Why is it that low? I have no idea. Let's give Yelan her new weapon. Aye. Ooh, what a pretty weapon, though. Ricky, let's go punch someone. It looked to me like I was getting melts off, which I didn't expect. His charge attack playstyle feels very odd. Is it gonna be like a Hu Tao where you just kind of need to see one? Feels like P. I like his jabs though. Wait a minute. Oh my god. that was a thick punch. But yeah, it does kind of feel like he might need a C1 to be of any use. You want to know what we're going to do? You want to know where my bad ideas get me? Screw it. You know, why not? Why not try? Oh my god, am I going to hard pity with this? Jeez, that's going to put me at 90. It's going to take about 90 pulls. I'm just going to pull one at a time. Here it is. I don't... Can you... Sir? Yeah, didn't expect that. That was quite interesting. Huh? Well, I got this thing. Yeah, so, I'm not gonna feel that right now. I'll come back to it. You know what? No, we're going to feel the base power of this schman, and then we're gonna feel him up later. Okay, so Pyro does sometimes burn through, which is nice. Just punch her. Okay, Budo. That is good to note. Like, I am able to almost blow through their entire health bar. It is also good to note that Yelan has just low enough Hydra application that she can sometimes allow RIZZLEY in this comp to melt, which is very good. Also means that since Fiorina has slower Hydra application to Yelan, that means that she will be just straight up upgrade. Anyway, yeah. I did this in the wrong order, whatever. That's weird. Oh my god, he hit for like 82k. What the fuck? I did not expect that. Oh my god. Hold on, I want him to like punch something to death real quick. Okay, let's punch him to death. So he can't solo, at least with what I have right now. I've also noticed that his healing isn't the best, like almost at all. It's not very good. His charge attack is a little wonky. How it feels is that you can't punch and like afterwards, after that, after like the final hit in his combo, you don't wait until afterwards in order to like hold down the button to charge attack. You want to like do it as he's doing the fifth attack. Otherwise it's like has like a weird delay to it. It's a little bit of clunk, which I'm not too fond of, but that's just for y'all to know. Who has the longest duration stuff? I think it's Toma. I think it's Shenhe. Just gonna punch him. It works with Shenhe though. relatively well. I have to say his C1 feels a lot better. It really does feel a lot better. I mean, it's kind of sad because I wish that it didn't feel a lot better, but like it was instant. It was almost instant that I could feel that it was just better. I'm not very fond of when this game does that, where it like locks something behind a constellation. Hey, I'm fine with going for constellations on him. I don't plan on pulling on many other characters like Arlecchino. I'm going for Fiorina. I'm going for maybe Cloud Retainer, or that's all I'm planning on. No one else really matters. Okay. Let's try this. Oh wait, no. I want to do Nita. Okay, he hits like a kind of fucking truck. That was a lot of damage. It was a lot, but we could do better. Oh my god. Holy crap, I love this dude. God, that was a lot of damage. I don't think I even picked up the leaf buff that Bennett dropped. That could have done even more. Oh my god, this dude's insane. Okay, I'm gonna take him into the abyss. I'm gonna screw around with him, and I'll say my final thoughts in whatever time it is when I do that. We'll see y'all in a bit. Hello, future or current or whatever Aaron here. Before I finish off this video, I just wanted to make note of some things and correct some others because I've gotten a lot of time with RIZZLEY. I've been using him a lot, and I really want to note certain things because my perspective on him has changed a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And I've found out certain things that I feel like would be good to get out there. So that's what this is for. I guess this is my little addendum. First thing to note, I was wrong in my video, but also kind of right. This man, he ain't got cake. He got the whole damn dessert menu. My boy looking like he's sneaking his entire prison in his back pocket. My main man is built so deliciously well that he claps just by walking. He is freaking delectable. Delicioso. Second, Coat Gang actually kind of slaps. I've used it a good amount, but since then I've changed it up, which I'll get to later, but it is pretty good. It's not because of RIZZLEY himself, but it's mainly because of Thoma. RIZZLEY has a major issue where there are only two ways to get him to melt efficiently. One is by pairing him with 3 other units that can apply pyro, and the other is by using Zhongling because, you know, she's ridiculous. Since Coat Gang has neither of these 2 options, RIZZLEY just cannot melt. Despite this comp still works decently well, like I said, mainly because of Thoma. RIZZLEY and Yelan are able to focus mostly on the single target damage aspect of the team comp, which is very nice. But Thoma is able to make up for the lack of AoE due to his Burgeons, and since Baizhu cannot produce a lot of blooms, using him with Burgeon will end up making the damage output of the team on par with normal Hyper Bloom team comps, at least in the Hyper Bloom aspect. Everything else, no, not even at all close, but Baizhu is able to enable that, which is very nice. On top of this, Yelan and Thoma are buffing RIZZLEY, and Baizhu is helping sustain the team. It's very good, it's very safe, especially with RIZZLEY's C1. I feel like it would be even better with Baizhu C2, and even his C1, it's just super nice. However, this comp has a better version to it. All it requires is swapping out Yelan for Xingqiu, Thoma for Zhongling, and Baizhu for Nahida. There's just a lot more pyro damage, there's even more Burgeons, there's stronger melt buffs, and it's able to keep the pyro aura up for RIZZLEY to melt consistently. It's significantly better in almost every single way. It's kind of crazy. The only downside is that there is less team sustain. However, RIZZLEY and Xingqiu, when paired together, will normally be enough sustain to go through a bunch of Abyss Floors, so it's not like it's too bad. And if you are struggling, you can always just put a prototype Amber on Nahida. There'll be less melt damage, but it will be just as safe and will still be 100% better than Coat Gang. The other thing that kind of shocked me is that Zhongling turned out to be a much better pair with RIZZLEY than I initially thought. Not only does she apply an insane amount of pyro that will follow RIZZLEY around, but she will also make up for the lack of AoE damage, which is one of RIZZLEY's major weaknesses. Her only real downside is her energy generation issue, which can be solved by putting Favonius on her, using Bennett with her, or using more Favonius weapons in the party, or just running her as a damage support, because that's mainly going to be her role in this anyway. Her damage is still going to be high, but it's not going to be as insane as if it was a national comp. It will be perfectly fine to run her as a support, especially if Bennett is not in the team for whatever reason. There could be multiple factors as to why, but you know, it just depends. She's just so good that I feel like she is the best option in all teams where RIZZLEY wants pyro application. In terms of his other support options, not much has changed. Kazuha is good for him in like almost every single single situation. He offers grouping capabilities to help RIZZLEY deal with AoE situations. He's able to give damage percent buffs and shred resistances, and he can offer additional off-field application, which is incredibly valuable. Bennett is very good as well. However, he does have issues. While he can offer an insane amount of attack and an insane amount of elemental mastery, he has a very small effective area. Since RIZZLEY needs to be in melee range of everything, there's going to be a lot of times where RIZZLEY is just not in Bennett's elemental burst. And his downside can be mitigated by pairing him with Xiangling, who is already freaking insane with RIZZLEY, or Kazuha, who's also already freaking insane with RIZZLEY. However, who's not freaking insane with RIZZLEY is Shenhe. Her elemental burst has a relatively small effective area, and her buffs uptimes are rather poor. She also has an energy issue, which means that you might have to build into more energy recharge than you had to before, or you're going to extend your rotation times up to like 25%. On top of this, she is anti-synergistic with RIZZLEY for melt teams, as she can apply way too much cryo in most melt comps. And finally, we have Nahida. Nahida exceeded my expectations. She's able to constantly apply the burning aura. She offers an average of 200 elemental mastery to the on-field character, and she can flex RIZZLEY into bloom teams. She just has a few issues, like for instance, her elemental mastery buff. The only real team that will actually use this is if Xiangling is melting or vaporizing, or in a burning team. In my opinion, these limits make Nahida a very valuable support for RIZZLEY, but not a must-pick like Kazuha or Xiangling are. Speaking of burning though, another thing that I learned is that burning kind of sucks for RIZZLEY, and that's because he often wants to get very close to the enemies, and while it will bring him to his charge attack ascension passive threshold very quickly, it could end up going so far that it's going to end up killing him.
Fine by me.
Or it will make sure that his elemental skill, normal attack damage buff, will never be active. There are a lot of downsides to this. The only time where I saw that this was actually good was when you had like a very strong healer, like Aiju or like Yao Yao. His first constellation is another thing that fixes the issue. Not completely, but it does fix it by a little bit. Speaking of, he felt like P at C0. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He felt like P. Playing as a C0 RIZZLEY felt like playing as Yoimiya, except you had to be in melee range of everyone. Not only that, but I think he doesn't hit as hard as her, which is a little weird. He really needs melt in order to deal a significant portion of damage. Otherwise, he is just kind of like a worse Yoimiya. But when I got his C1, it felt incredibly liberating. Like, I could feel the damage difference instantly. It's so good, and it's super convenient. If you're still looking at getting RIZZLEY even after Fiorina's reveal, I recommend only doing so if you plan on getting his first constellation, whether that's right now or sometime in the future. However, Fiorina might work insanely well with RIZZLEY at C0. She could potentially fix his C1 issue because she allows him to drop his health into his ascension passive threshold much more easily than if he didn't have her. It's just a possibility, but still highly probable. And finally, one last thing. Lost Prayer is very good on him. I underestimated this weapon so much. It's not because the weapon itself is good, but it's mainly because he's a melee catalyst character. The extra movement speed that this catalyst offers him can get him into situations a lot quicker and can make him more consistent. Throughout my tests, I've found that there are times where I can clear with it just as effectively, sometimes even faster than I can with the Widsip, except the passive is not occasionally dead. Instead, its passive is always dead, which does suck, but I mean, it's good for consistency's sake. I think that wraps up my thoughts on RIZZLEY. He's pretty good, he has a lot of issues, I think he needs help. He feels very mid, especially without his C1. If a 5-star character needs their C1 to not be mid, I feel like that's just a major issue. That's all I have to say. Now it's time for me to pass the conversation on to you. What do you all think of RIZZLEY? Do you like him? Have you pulled for him? Are you waiting for Fiorina, or did you get Neuvillette instead? Tell me your thoughts and your experience in the comments down below. But with that, I will get out of your hair. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye!